The knock at the door came softly, at first hesitant, like she hoped I'd answer without thinking. But I wasn't that blind anymore. I sat alone in the dark living room, my fists pressed together so tightly my knuckles burned. The clock on the wall glowed 2:37 a.m. My wife, stood swaying on the porch after spending the night with another man. And I wasn't opening that door. The first crack. It hadn't always been this way. Claire and I had been married 8 years. We'd met in college, built something out of almost nothing. She had been my safe place, my laughter, my closest friend, my anchor. For years, I never once questioned her. I trusted the late nights at the office, the sudden girls' trips she claimed were to relax. But then the seam started to tear. Her phone, once left casually on the counter, was suddenly always in her hand. Messages flashed at night, and she'd tilt the screen away. "Just Sarah," she'd say with a smile that felt painted on. New clothes, new perfume, new energy, but none of it spent on me. When I touched her, she felt like someone else. I wanted to believe it was in my head, until one Saturday night ripped that illusion apart. The night it all shifted. Claire told me she was going to a friend's birthday. "Nothing big," she said, brushing it off. I asked if I could come. She paused, then laughed too lightly. "It's all girls, babe. You'd be bored to death." I kissed her goodbye, but the way she lingered in the mirror to fix her lipstick as she rushed out made my stomach twist. Hours crawled by. Midnight came and went. Then at 1:14 a.m., my phone buzzed. It was Mark, a friend who'd been downtown. He sent me a grainy photo. "Isn't this Claire?" It was her. Not at any girls' night, but in a packed bar. And she wasn't with Sarah. She was laughing, leaning into a man I didn't recognize, his hand resting on her lower back like it belonged there. My chest went hollow. I stared at the photo until my vision blurred, my hands shaking so badly I almost dropped the phone. The air inside the house felt toxic. I couldn't sit and pretend anymore, so I locked the front door. Her return. The knocks grew sharper, followed by her voice, slurred, demanding. "James, baby, open up. It's freezing out here." I stayed still, my heart pounding in my ears. She rattled the handle, realized it was locked. Her tone flipped from teasing to irritated. "James, come on. It's late. Let me in." I pictured her outside. Short dress, smeared makeup, hair drenched in smoke and alcohol, his touch still on her skin. My legs felt weak, but I stood and walked to the door, pressing my forehead against the wood. "Who was he, Claire?" I asked, my voice cracking despite my effort to steady it. Silence, then a nervous laugh. "What are you talking about? You weren't at a girl's party. You were with him." Another silence, longer, heavier, and that pause told me more than any lie could. The call that ended it all. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Claire's name lit up the screen. Her voice came desperate through the line. "James, please let me explain. It's not what you think." I answered, throat tight. "Then tell me what it is." Her breathing came quick, panicked. "He's just a friend. We grabbed drinks. I didn't want to upset you, so You lied." My words dropped like a hammer. "You looked me in the eyes and lied." "Because you get jealous," she snapped, alcohol loosening her tongue. "Because every time I so much as breathe near another man, you act like I'm betraying you. I just wanted one night of fun. James, one night without you watching me." Her words cut deeper than steel. "One night of fun," I whispered. "Do you even hear yourself?" Silence. Only faint sniffling. Then, barely audible, "I don't know if I love you the way I used to." The collapse. My knees buckled. I slid down the wall, clutching the phone like it was the only thing holding me to this world. My breathing came sharp, broken. 8 years, Claire. 8 years I've given you everything. And this is what you say to me." She sobbed now, her voice raw. "I don't know what's wrong with me. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just feel empty. I thought maybe being with someone else would make me feel alive again." It was the worst confession. Not just betrayal, but choice. Her fists pounded against the door, her cries echoing through the wood. "James, please. Please open the door. I'm sorry. I don't want to lose you. But her words were hollow. Deep down, I already knew I'd lost her. The aftermath. I never opened the door. I sat there until her sobs dissolved into silence, until I heard her car engine roar and fade into the distance. My chest felt crushed, but beneath the wreckage was a strange calm, like I had finally faced the truth I'd avoided for months. The next morning, she came back sober, eyes swollen from crying. She tried to explain, tried to backtrack, tried to insist nothing had gone too far. But trust doesn't break clean. It shatters into jagged pieces. And every word from her mouth only cut me deeper. I can change, she begged. We can fix this. Don't throw us away. I looked at her, really looked, and all I saw was the stranger she'd become. I didn't throw anything away, Claire, I said quietly. You did. The ending, the unraveling after that was fast. Divorce papers, empty silences, nights staring at the vacant side of the bed, wondering how someone who swore forever could torch it all for a fleeting thrill. Sometimes I still hear that knock in my sleep, still hear her voice begging me to let her in, and in my weakest moments, I almost wish I had. But then I remember her words. I don't know if I love you the way I used to, and I know I made the right choice. Because no man deserves to love a woman who's already chosen to love someone else.